Hello guys, Miss Keller here. Today in this video I will be discussing compare and contrast text structure. So just a reminder, text structure is how an author intentionally organizes their text, and we have been looking at nonfiction text because nonfiction text can have many different text structures. So we've covered description, text structure, process, and exemplification text structures, and now we're moving into compare and contrast. So compare and contrast text structure features the similarities or the differences of something. So when you're comparing something, you're looking at how they are the same, and whenever you're contrasting something, you're examining how they are different. So the purpose of compare and contrast is to evaluate the benefits and drawbacks of something, okay? So we use compare and contrast all of the time to make decisions. All right, so in example number one, you would use compare and contrast, for example, at the grocery store, looking at the similarities between store brand cereal and brand name cereal to see if they're similar enough to buy the store brand, which of course is the cheaper brand. In example number two, trying to decide where to go for lunch. You look at, you're contrasting or you're looking at the differences in the flavor of Cane's French fries and Chick-fil-A French fries to decide where you want to get lunch today. Honestly, neither, I would say Popeye's French fries are the best. So what's nice about compare and contrast is they always use signal words. So you always know that you're looking at compare and contrast. So comparison signal words are different from the contrast signal words. And you can look at the comparison signal words on your screen. So in this example that you see now, this is just comparison. We know this because it uses the signal word both. So it's comparing, it's comparing the two ideas, narcissism and self-esteem. And then looking at the rest of that sentence, it tells us that both of these two things develop around the age of 7. And then in the second paragraph, I wanted to point this out to you is if you remember from last week, this is an example of exemplification text structure. So in any given article, you can have multiple paragraphs that have different text structures. So for example, in this article, you have this paragraph that is comparison text structure, and the next paragraph, which is exemplification text structure. And this is going to help you next year with your English classes because your teachers will give you articles with multiple text structures that you will need to analyze. Here are your contrast signal words. And in this example, looking at contrast, it's really easy to see. Looking at the signal words, the most obvious difference between, and then the two ideas that we're looking at are treadmill running and outdoor running. They also use signal words throughout the paragraph, but and compared.